Why would you want to get a motorcycle over purchasing a car? For me, the answer is simple. Gas prices and the thrill of driving down the highway at 60 miles per hour with the wind blowing through your hair. Right now, living in Southern California, gas is currently $4.30 for 87 octane, a little bit closer to $4.50 for the 91 octane. The average miles per gallon for my car is 26 miles to the gallon, and that's still pretty good considering some gas mileage on older trucks can be as low as 9 miles to the gallon. Whereas my motorcycle, on the other hand, gets just under 60 miles to the gallon. Most motorcycles get anywhere from 30 to over 100 miles to the gallon if you do have a smaller engine on your motorcycle, which I think is just great. Also, the cost of ownership is going to be much less. So motorcycles cost less right off the bat. You can get a nice motorcycle for starting around $5,000 or so. Whereas on the other hand, $5,000 for a car is going to get you some really old, beat up car that might still be working in semi-good condition. So since the cars cost less, insurance is also going to cost less as well on your motorcycle, along with all of the parts for your motorcycle to maintain it. So such as tires is going to cost less, oil change will cost less, maintenance all around. And I think working on a motorcycle is much easier than working on a car since everything is right there, very easily accessed, and you can see what's going on with everything. Also, aside from the maintenance factor of the motorcycle, you can also fit much more in your garage when you just have the motorcycle in it versus a huge car taking up all that space. So I can fit about 3 to 4 motorcycles in the space that was once occupied by my car in my garage. And saving space around here is very important since we don't have access to huge barns on our property or anything like that since property is so expensive down here. So you're able to maximize the space in your garage through the use of just having a motorcycle in the front of it instead of a huge car. Also, motorcycles outperform cars. I can get a Hayabusa, which is one of the top end street bikes out there on the market, and it's going to cost me, just over 10 grand. Whereas to get that same performance out of a car, a top end tier car like that, costs you millions of dollars. So motorcycles are going to be much less in that sense. Even if you're buying an old classic, it's going to cost you far less than if you were to buy a classic car. There are also many benefits outside of the financial bracket, more on the thrill side, such as motorcycles are much safer in a sense. So if you're a really cautious rider, you have nothing to worry about. You can split lanes, get ahead of traffic. I know a lot of people don't like to purchase motorcycles just because they say they're going to get hurt on it or it's very dangerous. Well, those people have obviously never ridden a motorcycle. As long as you just ride defensively and watch out for other people driving, putting on their makeup, whatever they may be doing, you just got to watch it and you'll be perfectly fine out there. As us motorcyclists, we don't have the option of checking our text messages or putting on makeup while we're driving down the highway. So that makes us a much safer rider, just as long as you ride responsibly. Aside from the safety factor, motorcycles also develop coordination. So you're worrying about shifting, braking with your feet, shifting with your hands, shifting with your foot at the same time. It develops coordination and motor skills. Otherwise, you wouldn't develop just sitting in a car in traffic. So it gives you a little bit more to do, makes the commute a little more fun, passes the time by a little quicker. You're also able to split lanes. So I save a lot of time splitting lanes, going right up the center, going through traffic, which in some states is not legal, but here in California it is. And I'm able to get ahead of the traffic. I'm not stuck sitting in traffic a mile back from the light, waiting to get through the intersection. I'm able to zip right up to the front of it and get through with ease with absolutely no problem. That alone saves me a ton of time in my commute. So it does save me lots of time. So I recommend everybody get a motorcycle, get out and smell the fresh scent of real pine trees cruising down the road, not the scent of the pine-shaped deodorizer hanging from your mirror. If you want MPG and you want to experience the freedom of a bird flying through the air, get out and get a motorcycle today just in time for summertime. Thank you.